Alright, let's go over some preliminary checks before we do anything weird. Is the audio being doubled? I hope not. Let's get rid of stream here and a little water, just in case. Alrighty, good evening everyone and welcome to Stranger of Paradise. This will be our stream for tonight. Originally, we were going to start off with Zubair and Mika, but Zubair kind of had a little family emergency, and I will be your host only for the night. So with that, let's begin Stranger of Paradise, the apparently origin story of the first villain in Final Fantasy. Before we do that, I'm not sure many of you know, but I actually always prefer my camera to be inverted, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to jump into the game. Let's leave the difficulty on normal so that I don't embarrass myself on stream. Starting off with a cutscene as usual, CGI one, standard Final Fantasy fare. Oh, that is a gratuitous amount of blood for a Final Fantasy game. Our main villain, Garland. Oh. And a very gratuitous amount of strawberry syrup, too. The cavalry arriving late as usual. The game's starting off strong with its CGI cutscenes, that's for sure, but I hear that the graphics are terrible in this game. See? Oh, we're starting off right in a boss battle. Okay, R2 to lock on. Evade is X, R1 is L1. Okay, I think I got the general gist of it. That is an interesting breath attack. It almost fills the entire screen. You know what? I know I shouldn't be going into the menu. It's not paused. Oh, okay. I can pause, but I can't actually change the settings. Huh? I've been playing Elden Ring so much that having X on the dodge is throwing me off. And yeah, it seems we're starting off against Tiamat of all things. Oh, I better unpause then, I guess. Ow. Not doing too good here. And I probably won't until I change the controls a bit. Thankfully, for some reason, the aggro is not on me. I think this is because it's just a normal start. They're actually just teaching us all the mechanics right now. Circle for soul burst. Manifestation of the soul.
Looks like it.
Then why doesn't it feel like it?
It's not too bad looking. Okay, we definitely getting an in media res start here. Oh no, okay, I might need to temporarily lower the music on this in case we get copyrighted. So if you guys are not hearing the music, it's because the song My Way is being played by Frank Sinatra here. And I'm kind of worried that if we do play it out live on stream, we might get a strike. I'll get you guys the audio back as soon as I am certain the song has stopped playing. Honestly, I thought we weren't going to get the song. It was just a trailer thing, but it seems like it's actually in the game itself. So I'll keep talking to cover the silence a bit. And that should be it, right? Yep, that's it. Reclaim your lost memories of combat. That is what I intend to do. But before I do that, let me go into the controls. Also, put this back up on, because we're missing our chat box. And change the controls a bit. Hopefully I can remap as I need. Type A, type B, custom. Okay, there we go. Edit, I just want evade on circle, because that is how I've been playing. Excuse me. That is how I have been playing Elden Ring. Let's put Soul Shield on X. Significant square. Yep, that's all. What to move? Limp Bizkit. Yeah, if that song is, if Frank Sinatra's My Way is in the game, then that Limp Bizkit song is definitely making its way over here. So tutorial, basic combos. Okay, not too bad. L to guard, circle to evade. Oh, you actually get a different guard if you time it as well. Like there was that little blue flash. Nope. It's really tight, I guess. Let me try once more. Nope. Come on. Just one attack to let me... No, not actually an attack, just time it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, there's a different card there as well. That's the evade. Defeat the goblin. Easy enough. Okay. Alright, just give me a second. I am being contacted by Scene. He's saying that the stream is saying that we're showing Elden Ring. Yeah, that is a very nice touch, actually. I was initially a bit hesitant because it was saying that you had type 1 and type 2, but it seems like you can completely customize it any way you want. Most likely when I'm properly playing this, I will actually switch both R1 and R2 to square and triangle, because I find it a lot easier to use those on the square and triangle buttons than the actual triggers. Soul Burst. The yellow bar above an enemy is its break gauge. Attack the enemy to deplete the gauge. Press R2 to expend MP and use an action ability to deal heavy break damage to your foes. Hey, Firelord Lothric, welcome to Strangers of Paradise. We're just in the tutorial now. Deplete the Goblin's break gauge. Easy enough. Once you break it, you can do a Soul Burst, like Sekiro mechanics right here, which allows you to do a finisher. Slaying enemies with a Soul Burst will recover your MP and raise your max MP. It raises your max MP, huh? Okay. Fatality. Soul Shield. Press X to deplete your break gauge and adopt the Soul Shield stance. Blocking the attack in this stance will restore MP and increase your max MP. Press R1 after a successful block to lunge forward and unleash a normal attack. Your Soul Shield and time with the enemies. I've been doing this for a while. Yep. So far, so good. That will stagger an enemy while raising your max attack. Increase your gauge. Guarding, on the other hand, will... Okay, so there's like... This is something that I found interesting from the trailers. You actually have two types of guards and parries. Your Soul Shield does a lot of damage to your poise, but guarding actually, with the L1 button, does very little damage to your poise. So you basically have to mix between the two to fight. Hey Juan, welcome to Strangers of Paradise. We're just going through the tutorial right now, where you deflect an enemy with a purple name using social. And yeah, when you deflect an enemy's attack with the purple named ability attack with Soul Shield, you manage to channel in your inner blue mage ability, because it gives you that ability the enemy uses and you can use it back against them.
Okay.
Lightbringer. When your max MP has increased to 2 or more full gauges, you can spend it in MP and max MP to cast Lightbringer. While Lightbringer is active, enemies become easier to Soul Burst, which is very helpful when you're surrounded by foes. For more information, see the relevant entry in the tip section. That is okay. Even though I'm going through the tutorial, I've actually played it a bit more than this. So I have a pretty good grasp on how everything works right now. Yep, in this case you can actually get the stone ability back and just defeat anyone there. You can do a lot of things that way, which is actually really fun. Ow. Okay, never mind. Oh, he died. Okay, never mind. And this must be the end of the level. Leave the area. It's not looking too bad, but when you're playing, it looks really, really blurry, and that kind of annoys me, but I think I've gotten kind of used to it now. And we're at Castle Cornelia. Cornelia.
Look, the crystals can sense each other.
You have one too, don't you?
My mission is to kill chaos.
There it is. There's
That's all I
chaos.
Me too.
The Rock.
Good. We're all on the same hunt.
I'm Jack.
Jed.
Ash.
Alright, a fist bump right from when they meet. So one thing I want you guys to know is that we should not take the Stranger of Paradise story too seriously at the start. Just roll with it like a B-movie tier grade in the cinema. Cool rock bros.
What?
Need something for that?
It's just a scratch. Nothing a little spit can't heal.
And the Rock is first.
When are we gonna fight chaos? All this monster hunting is a pain in the ass.
Seriously. Fingers crossed we're done.
Either way, time to pay the king a visit.
And we don't leave without answers.
Yeah, this is one of the things about the story you're gonna see at the start. Like, a lot of time has actually passed since these guys have met.
Darkness, the winds die.
The seas languish,
Seas languish.
and the earth decays.
Decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come.
So if you guys did not know, that is the opening text crawl in Final Fantasy 1. The seas decay, the seas language, and the earth decays. Our Cornelia, that joyous city with its proud alabaster castle, and now we must proceed, so... Sorry, I gotta skip this.
You are skilled, to be sure. Few could have slain even one of those abominations, let alone 3. There is still the matter of your number, however.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come.
And your crystals trouble me. They do not shine the color they should.
Can't argue with that. But you need warriors, right? Look in front of you. Here we are, ready and willing to take chaos down for you.
And with all due respect, isn't that what matters most?
Perhaps. Yet a question still weighs on my mind, warriors of the Dark Crystals. Why court danger so eagerly? What could you possibly hope to gain?
All I care about is seeing chaos dead. I need to. It's not a hope or a dream. It's like a hunger.
A thirst. He said it. He said the trailer line.
Does that answer your question?
Very well. Minister Lago, fetch the key to the shrine.
My lord.
Jack, Ash, Jed. I place the future of Cornelia in your hands. Do not fail us.
There's such a weird difference in how these guys are dressed versus everyone else. And yeah, this is what I mean. Like, see how blurry Jack's face is? It takes a while to get used to, but it really, really annoyed me when we played first.
I'll deliver the key to you in the morning. Make your preparations and wait for me at the city gates.
But yeah, in case you guys are wondering, we are on the PS4 version, so it's bound to look
Many
even
warriors
worse.
have come before us, but you are different somehow. I expect great deeds.
Thank you, Mr. King. Do you actually have a name this time?
Little is known
King of
about the
Cornelia.
shrine,
Okay.
aside from the fact it is choked with darkness and wicked monsters. Tread carefully, warriors. Do not let this be our final meeting.
Is the Fang, King of Cornelia. And here I believe we have the younger princess and the queen.
You look every bit the warrior.
She actually has a name now.
Well on the battlefield. Even so, I would kindly ask that you smile in front of my daughters.
No promises there. I gotta talk to Jack about that.
Crystal's blessing be with you always. We await news of your victory.
Cornelia is counting on you to save us from the darkness. I know you will. May the crystal's blessing be with you always.
Well, a Cornelia for a corny game.
She said she wanted to speak with you, but...
Princess Mia and Sarah. We actually get the names of these two. So I feel like they might be important characters in the future. We do not get the name of the king, who is rather suspicious if you ask me. And then we have Princess Sarah.
What's going on?
Princess Sarah. The people love her.
Like a flower blooming in a dark wasteland.
Jack is not happy.
Wouldn't kill you to smile for once.
Jack, you've returned. And with a few more scars.
It's nothing. Jack has the best medicine.
That's wonderful. In that case, if it's not too much trouble, would you be able to spare some for our soldiers in the castle? There's no medicine, is there?
Is there something you want?
There is. I need a favor from you. I heard you were going to the shrine, so I thought this would be my only chance to ask.
Favor?
Two, actually.
Of course.
There was a knight by the name of Garland who set off to battle Chaos as well, but he never returned. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Look, we don't have time for a rescue mission, Princess.
I understand. You don't need to go out of your way. Just keep an eye out for him.
What does he look like?
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold. He towered over the other knights. Even so, his voice was always warm.
How long ago was this?
Perhaps 10 years ago. Although, it seems just like yesterday. No one believes me. Not the minister, not my father. They say a knight by the name of Garland never existed.
As you wish. We'll see what we can do about your missing knight.
Thank you, Jack. Jack, wait. The other favor. Come back safe. And soon. May the crystal's blessing be with you. Always.
Yeah, because surprisingly, Ash is actually the most pleasant from the party. Like, he's the one who has the most...
Odd. Your crystal vibrating too?
Yeah, weird.
Forget it. We need to focus.
like the most mediator role in the group.
Let's get some rest.
And it's funny here because we know that Jack's name is Jack Garland, but he doesn't seem to remember it
just the
just
guy I
yet.
wanted to see. I heard you're off to the shrine tomorrow. Why don't you spend the night here?
Yeah.
Great. Come on in.
The next morning.
News of your departure will soon spread, and failure will leave a stain on the king's reputation. Bear this in mind. Travel northwest, and you will reach the Chaos Shrine. Go with the crystal's blessing.
That is one intricate key for a shrine. If you're playing this game, you want to pay attention to that. You get Mage measures and killer rights. Yeah, the talk option. I think originally they wanted you to be able to actually explore Cornelia, but in the end they weren't able to implement it. So you get this really, really weird system where you go into the menu and talk to NPCs, and get transported immediately to Cornelia to talk to them.
It looks like the time has finally come for your expedition to the shrine. I pray for your success and safe return.
And this applies to, like, almost all the NPCs in town.
Oh, you're heading to the shrine soon, aren't you? Well, I hope you have a safe journey and come back to us soon. We'll be waiting for you.
And some of you might recognize this as the town music from Final Fantasy I remixed.
Going to the shrine, right? It won't be easy, but give Chaos a few knocks on the head for us.
We're counting on you to slay Chaos. Life's hard enough for a farmer as it is, without the soil going bad.
Yeah, really.
My children will have a bright future to look forward to, once you warriors rid our land of chaos.
Like, really, really weird system to interact with NPCs.
A long time ago, my grandmother told me a story of someone who went to the shrine and never returned. You had better come back now.
I heard there are monsters out there what use their cunning to outwit their prey. Best keep your wits about you on the road, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think they originally planned for us to be able to explore Cornelia because it is modeled in a lot of detail. But for some reason, they've cut it out. So you get this really, really weird system. And it's not always, like, it's not, the dialogue changes based on how far you are in the story. And you can even go back to the older story stuff, too. Really, really weird. Alright, let's actually get into the action now. I think we've already taken 30 minutes with just the opening here. Like any good Final Fantasy game would do. They do indeed. Like, it's right there in the title. Chaos Shrine 2. And you're gonna hear a lot of chaos right in the opening right here. There's a lot of change to the lighting as well compared to the trailer, because this is a lot more brighter, as you all can see. Not that nitty-gritty dark from before. It's still a really, really dark game, though.
Looks like Chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
Guess we'll just show ourselves in.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But it gets really good. The story and everything is something you'll just have to take into B-tier story level. It comes together at the end. The game's strong point really is its combat.
I'm counting on you.
And since this is the first level, you won't be seeing too much of it. But I'll try to change out the job trees at the beginning, assuming we can actually equip more than other jobs. Like, I'm pretty sure you've seen Swordsman, and I'm pretty sure you've seen Duelist as well, right? Okay, we only have 3 jobs at the beginning. I guess we don't really have much of a choice. Let's go in.
We got company.
Time to go to work.
Easy as pie.
Victory was guaranteed.
Yeah, this is all still a tutorial. Like, this one tells you how to
Time to go wild, Jed.
Oh, I'll leave you dazzled.
Summon your partners for help. Since I use the jet button, he's attacking a lot more aggressively.
win.
And the game drops a lot of equipment, which
There's one down there.
I'm gonna avoid changing until we reach a save point, because it drops a lot of loot. A lot of loot. Now, one thing you might have seen there is that I've actually changed jobs. When you're attacking and finishing off with a special, you can cancel out when you use a move and change almost immediately. And it's a lot safer to do it that way
Keep it up, everyone.
than any other way. Let's see if we can get to the boss really quickly. Should be a guard goblin here. Oh, that broke me very quickly. Heal up. Not too bad. That's definitely a lot better than I did my first time.
Nice one, Jack. Now let's see what secrets this place is hiding.
You can see a shortcut there.
I see some cubes over there.
I could use a break.
Yeah, you can. Your skill tree can only be accessed during save points, but I'm pretty confident we can make a quick dash to the final boss of this level without too much trouble, even on base equipment. Guarding against magic damage will actually lead to chip damage, but there's an easier way to deal with this, and that's just to eat the fire and throw it back, and have it self-explode. But I do believe you don't get any equipment if you do it that way. Take care of one at least.
Let's find another way around.
Oh, they're not attacking. Press down to recover your potion with an HP. Now we're doing. Normally, you would be told to go this side because it's a safer way to go, but I'm taking the shortcut here, which is a lot more dangerous because the bombs will keep shooting at you. So we are going to take care of the bombs first. Okay, not me. The music in general in this game is really good. Like, sometimes I'm kind of sad because the battle theme kicks in, because the actual level theme is really good as well.
More of those cubes.
Better not forget where it is.
And this will give me access to Mage. And we might want to show that off for a bit. Let's switch from Duelist to Mage. Right. The thing with Mage is by holding on down RT, you can cast different spells. And charging the spells won't necessarily increase their cost, but you can increase their potency. And you can take care of stuff like that here. In the case of bombs, they're weak against water as well, as you can expect. which makes them pretty easy to break once you know.
As if we lose. Still a ways to go. Come on.
Yeah, normal R1 attacks with this is just this, but mages can also charge the attack while moving, and this charge attack can do a lot of poise damage. Each of the weapons have really different movesets. The R1 on this is also chargeable, 3 levels, but not the other attacks. And if you're pressing a different direction, the attacks change as well. Let's keep going. I'll probably hit the save point after this one. Start with Arrow. Arrow is like a really good spell. Oh, good. I'll see if I can knock down the bomb here and have it fall down and explode on the enemies below. Oh, that worked well.
Barely even worth the trouble.
You still want to use Lightbringer over here though, because there are a lot of enemies. Take care of the small ones first, before we deal with the Alpha Wolf over there. You'll give the commands to everyone else. How?
What's in there?
It just a slight change in enemy AI, I think. Doesn't really change much. But since this was the first level, I kind of wanted to show you everyone off. Like, show it to everyone here, I mean. You could see more if you want, but I don't think we have time, so part of the reason why I'm trying to rush across the level to get to Garland is because of that as well.
Okay.
As you mentioned it, I might have been better trying off another level though. Let's make a dash to the end. This will take us back to... Yeah, it is... The last boss now has a name. That is the only difference I can tell. Like, he's named Chaos Edwin instead of just question mark.
It's all connected.
This will make things easier.
We get the Dragoon job here. Dragoon is pretty good against certain enemies too.
I don't stand a chance.
Let's knock this down. Bombs are weak against strike. Make sure that we don't die from it. Oh, that thing is really giving me a hard time.
Focus on how we can do better next time.
Let's swift to Lancer real quick, because I know the next set will be bats.
There you are. This'll be a breeze.
This ability from the bats itself can really just take care of them if you use it close enough. How?
patch ourselves up.
Almost there. Just give me a bit and we'll be at the last boss. Oh wait, we still have to cross this area. Oh, not what I was intending to do, but... And now I have no MP.
I got it! Kill the fiends when these ropes get weaker!
Enemies will keep regenerating until you take care of these pillars. Would have been easier if I had more MP, but I do not, so... Ow. Okay, that ought to take care of everyone. So is the music too loud? I get the feeling you guys might have trouble hearing me.
This will take us straight to the tower.
Yeah, to the tower it is then. Well, not directly to the tower, because we still have some more rooms left.
Cubes, over there.
Let's relax for a bit.
Yeah. If you all are picking up this game, I'd recommend picking it up just for the combat system alone. You start off with like 5 classes maybe in this level, but then it expands to 25 or something. And each of the classes work like really differently. You saw how Mage classes, for example, have the magic system, and Lancer at this point actually has the lance throw. But then you get Dragoon, and that changes to jump. It's the same for Swordsman and Duelist and everything. We'll go with... I don't think we have unlocked Swordsman yet. Oh wait, we have Swordsman, just not the Sword and Shield class, which I'm more familiar with. Let's level these up for a bit. Each of the classes get separate EXP too, but it doesn't really take too long to level them up. I am going to go for anything that unlocks combos right now. So anything with this purple skill, this is what I'm going to go for, because that will add to your repertoire of existing moves. More wind, more text. And you'll be equipping all those abilities over here. Like I just learned Brute Strike, then that will replace Stonebreaker. Once you unlock the higher level classes, you have a lot of customization. Don't let the initial outlook of the game fool you, because the longer you play this game, the better its combat tends to be. So, since we're here, I think this is the second last save point. Let's look into the stuff we have. I believe Jed is a thief, and Ash is a Pugilist. I think the starting one for thief, Duelist, yeah. Duelist is the starter for thief, and he branches off into thief and assassin. Ash started off as Pugilist and branches off into monk. So far. Since this is just the start of the game, I'm going to go easy and just press optimize. which will push you into a mishmash of really stupid looking equipment that honestly you'd never want to use the optimized one, because it's never going to look at the job affinity for and what it matches. But since we have very limited equipment, it works fine. Let's stick with Dragoon and Mage for now. I will switch to Swordsman if we get it. I do actually have a sword. I do have a shield. That must mean... Wait. I have a sword as well, right? Not a great sword. Smaller swords. Albert, Mage Ranches, Killer Knuckles, Armor Club. Nope. No great sword. Never mind. Dragoon and Mage it is.
Let's go.
Blockable versus unblockable attacks. Yeah. So the color of the attacks on the names actually gives you an idea of what you should be using against them. Any attack which does not have a name can be blocked with L1 and can be parried with L1. Any named attack which is purple can be stolen with Soul Shield. Any red attacks can't be blocked at all. Those are usually grabs. Orange attacks can be Soul Shielded, but guarding is kinda risky against them. Luckily, I know that the skeletons are weak against strike damage, which is why I have a mace on the mage. And they're weak against wind, which is what Stormbreaker is. So we can make really quick work of him. Like, the AR isn't really smart on the action settings. You might be tempted into thinking the game is like really easy, but let me tell you, if you ever meet a Master Tonberry in your quest, be very afraid, because those things can one-shot you. And I do believe there's a Tonberry in this level that spawns randomly. Right. Occasionally you'll find things like these, and you might be tempted into just go and pick it up, pick that chest up, but that will spawn the enemies. If you look around, you can usually preempt them and make sure they don't get an advantage on you. Pretty much very Souls-like. Ow. Oh, I think that fell on my head. You can use those pillars too. If you manage to position yourself properly, you can drop the pillars on the enemies. Oh, you're still here. I believe this leads to the boss. There's one more room you can access, but we are heading straight to the boss this time. Hopefully I might be able to show you another level, but we have 10 minutes.
No doubt.
I'm also going to shift to a job that we haven't tried yet, like Pugilist. Right. The main gimmick for Pugilist is that the more attacks you keep doing, it gets a buff that increases damage. If you get hit, you lose that buff. Kinda like the class in Final Fantasy XIV. And then I'm gonna switch to Duelist. Yeah. I can do pretty well against Lancer, but I'm very practiced with these two, I think, for now. Let's optimize our equipment. Make sure everyone kind of looks like an idiot. I'm also going to system settings and change the head displays so that you guys can at least enjoy the cutscenes. And reduce motion blur. Brightness camera. Where is the head display? Oh yeah, display headgear off. And there we go. Wish me luck.
chaos.
No. I am to become. And who are you?
We're here to kill chaos.
The prophecy's very own warriors of light.
Really?
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland!
No. I am to become chaos.
Yeah, the good music really kicking in now. Ow. Excuse me if I'm silent for a bit, just because I'm trying to take care of this guy easily. Ow, I'm trying. Oh, I'm pretty sure I can actually take this fight, even on hard.
Person under there? Wait.
So this is what darkness does. Keep alive. We know it does it better.
And there we go. Broken. Yeah. Ow. Not too bad for a first fight, I would say. Hopes and dreams. It's actually a really good fight on hard. So if you guys are looking for a game with a good combat system, I'd recommend Strangers of Paradise. And even if you're not sure, try the demo. Like,
Time for the reveal.
if you like the combat in the demo, you're gonna enjoy the game for sure. Just try not to take the story seriously, because you're gonna get things like this, where we basically do anime grunts for a few. Okay. Anime grunt 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you finally get the dialogue.
Crystal. It's her. Yeah, just like before.
Huh. Mine's going crazy.
I'm Neon. And not Chaos. Guess I was right.
Huh. Feels like there's a story behind that.
My allies and I set out to rid the land of chaos. But the journey took its toll. One by one we fell, until only I remained. It was then that I finally realized the truth. Chaos isn't a man, or a monster. Chaos is just a fairy tale. The darkness, the beasts, this despair that eats away at people's hearts. It's easy to blame a single thing for all of that. It gives people hope to think the world can be saved with a single heroic deed, even if it's never that simple. So I decided to become a sacrifice. I offered myself to the darkness and prayed to become chaos.
And what is
hoping
Jack's response to
some
all
other
this?
heroes would defeat me, and thus bring an end to this empty dream.
bullshit.
That's it. That is exactly his response. And play Limp Bizkit as he walks away.
He's out there. I can feel him. I just have to keep looking. I'll find him.
I'm coming too. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. And I only count 3 of you.
We don't need someone whose heart's not in it.
Then show me chaos. Do that, and I might even start to respect you.
Deal.
And here's the fist bump again.
We better get back to the castle. Wouldn't want to disappoint our patrons.
Yeah, so I have a going theory that the story in this game is just all like a parody of older JRPGs, and they're kind of aware of it. You saw that Jack just completely cut off Neon's introspection there, and that happens a lot in the game. Anytime you meet an NPC that's about to spout a lot of dialogue, he's just going to say, I don't want to hear it, and he'll raise his arm. If you go into the game with that mindset that it is a ode, like a celebration of the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy, you might find yourself enjoying it because the combat is really, really good. Enjoy the story as a B-movie and enjoy the combat for what it is. Because, like Skewer said before, the game is no joke on hard. It can really beat you black and blue. Trust me. Especially if you see a Tonberry. Always be worried of the Tonberry. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what he's doing. And you know that little bit at the beginning where they get the crystals? That is what happens in Final Fantasy 1. You get 4 random dudes you pick from the lineup who get the crystals and just start the adventure. There's no dialogue there. And Origins is kind of parodying the whole thing. Anyhow, our time is up for tonight, so I hope you guys enjoyed our first showing of Chaos. If it's a popular enough choice in the poll, I'll try to show you guys more of this game. Like, maybe show you the other location and how much of a reference it's making back to the other Final Fantasies. For now, I'm gonna have to say goodnight. So, right. Take care then, guys, and thanks for watching. Stay safe now. COVID has ended, apparently, but it's still better to stay safe. Good night.